My question would be, how many cases were we planning for back then, before this current surge? Was it 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000? And, how can we actually put in measures in place to make sure that it doesn't occur, especially, we are planning to really loosen the restrictions again in 3 weeks. So the second point is whether anything can be done for better communications and messaging for residents and people who are actually affected. What else can be done to make sure that our communications to a very complicated situation is communicated to residents so that, they don't end up having to jam the hotlines as well?
I thank the member for acknowledging that it is a complicated situation. And over 20 months, we have developed many responses, many protocols in order to handle the situation, which is why there's now a plethora of different protocols. And so we announced last weekend that we are in the process of holistically reviewing all the protocols with a view to streamline them. I don't think we can get away with some abbreviations and some alphabet soup that will still be around. It is, after all, a very complicated situation, but we'll try our best to streamline as much as possible so that people will understand it, able to do their part to fight against COVID-19 and also to help others. But back to the numbers and planning criteria, the members seem to have a narrative that we did not plan for all this. On the contrary, we have always planned for a big surge. You would hear from Sosui Hawk School, and these are partners that we work very closely with. They have projected 5,000 to 10,000 cases a day, as high as that. You speak to different epidemiologists, they may have different views, but these are the numbers if we fully open. And you've seen it in other countries happening, that kind of peak. And that's why through our communication with public, you will hear us, whether myself, Minister Gan or Minister Lawrence Wong, always saying cases will rise. When cases rise, number of people with severe illnesses and deaths will rise. And we've been saying that. And I also mentioned at end August, when we start to see the start of this wave, we say that doubling cycle, if it happens 5 times, we will reach 3,002. And therefore, we have always sized ourselves up for that kind of number. But we were just in the preparatory stage. The Delta variant came in, and then cases start to shoot up. But fortunately, we have always been planning ahead, which is why at that point in time, we were already ready to handle 1,500 cases a day in terms of CCFs, hospital beds, ICU beds, and then also thinking already about setting up the CTF beds. And we are also starting with the HRP. And by now, we have capacity to handle 3,000 cases and ramping up in a week or so, 1 to 2 weeks, to handle 5,000 cases, but we don't know whether we'll reach there. And then already thinking about the next step, how to handle 10,000 cases. So in terms of planning, capacity, manpower, we always 1-2 bounds ahead. What I think did not go well, and I fully acknowledge that, was the HRP. And all the complaints about conveyancing, calling, not getting in, people not getting responses, is not because the beds were totally full, but processes with regard to the HRP was not totally ready. And we were caught by the sudden increase. We were still implementing a pilot program when all this happened. But the team swung into action, the call of public duty kicked in, and everybody is putting heart and soul, solving the problem. So day by day, we are seeing improvements, and we'll continue to do so. We have to make HRP work. Then, the great majority of patients who are well, no symptoms, mild symptoms, can recover at home. Then the hospital capacity that we plan for can focus on the 2% that really need help. Things are improving.